Of all the things that you may have heard or known about Jesus Christ, you know, like he's a carpenter, a shepherd, maybe even the Messiah, did the word hipster ever come to mind? Well, that's a term usually used to describe a certain subculture of 20-something Brooklyn natives like art, indie rock fans, all that kind of stuff. Well, a new campaign launched by the Catholic Diocese of Brooklyn is calling Jesus the original hipster. That's right. Was the Son of God a lot cooler than we all think? And will a more modern concept of Jesus attract churchgoers? Here to discuss the provocative ad is the Reverend Monsignor Kieran Harrington. He is Vicar for Communications for the Diocese of Brooklyn.
If you take a look at down through the centuries, people have represented Jesus to look like them. I mean, do we really think that Jesus was a blonde-haired, blue-eyed guy? No, right?
You just got inside the circle with Mark.
Yes, we
he
are
wasn't,
good.
Right? He wasn't. He represented, you know, he was a Semitic man, and probably shorter and darker than we depict him. People need to see themselves in Jesus, and they have historically. So if you go to Asia, you're going to see representations of Jesus. Jesus looks like an Asian guy. Latin America, a Latin American guy. And in
so
Brooklyn,
Williamsburg.
I want to take a look at the Urban Dictionary's definition of hipster. According to the Urban Dictionary, hipsters are a subculture of men and women, typically in their 20s and 30s, that value independent thinking, counterculture, progressive politics, an appreciation of art and indie rock, creativity, intelligence, and witty banter. Hipsters reject the culturally ignorant attitudes of mainstream consumers and are often seen wearing vintage and thrift store-inspired fashions, tight-fitting jeans, old-school sneakers, and sometimes thick-rimmed glasses, like this gentleman who we work with.
Wow.
So
oh my God, Ricky is Jesus.
The reality is the purpose of this campaign is launched as All Faces Everyday Understanding. So to say that people of various backgrounds, various cultures, can all see themselves in Jesus, and even walks of life, right? And so, despite the fact that there may be differences of opinion on particular issues, or even belief in certain issues, that doesn't mean that everyone is not welcome in the church.
But is there a danger in attaching him to an image of progressivism at the same time that the church struggles with some of the things that progressives would embrace, like marriage equality?
I think the church is pretty progressive, especially on issues like global warming, death penalty, certainly economic issues. The church is very progressive on these issues. I mean, a lot of folks want to kind of compartmentalize the church and say the church is all about one particular issues, but I think if you take a look at the social teaching of the church, and certainly the gospel, it's a pretty progressive message.